Got them blues, baby.
I don't have enough coffee or Kahlua with my coffee.
Miss Kyra.
Yes, Randy.
Sitting on your left, you got the famous Rob on the Road.
Yeah.
Rob Ladd. And this is BBQ It.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm telling you. I don't know why I got that southern voice going this morning.
Don't know.
There's not enough coffee. Should have been coffee and tidbits and just kept it going. You know what I mean, Miss Kyra.
Oh my God. I can't even. There's not enough coffee in the world to keep me awake right now.
Sit on the left. Hey, Rob. How you doing?
Good morning.
We are very, very lucky today to have Rob Ladd of our new show called BBQ It. Cue it.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rob.
Good to be here.
No, I don't know.
High up on the 47th floor in Lake Geneva.
Yeah, we do that. We do that. And we got the 48th floor for our other shows up here.
You know what? I'm hoping to install an elevator because that's a long walk.
Hey, it's your barbecuing that's getting us, plump and ready for the summer.
That summer beach body made by barbecue.
Well, the price of our official meat product was going up tomorrow, and so we kept it lined and was ready to go. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
You're off the road, Rob, and we're going to Distill America today.
Yes.
So Rob Ladd has been part of the show, many of our shows, sitting in the background way in the background for many years.
Now he's coming to the forefront.
Well, he's sort of like Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster.
You weren't sure he existed.
The only logo is the outline of the body in the black dot.
Yes, it's better that way.
Truly, Rob on the road. Anyway, we're going to talk about two things today. We're going to talk about Distill America. We're going to talk about your work recruiting and talking to some of the nation's leading distillery, winery, and brewery associations. But first, we want to talk about BBQ It, our new feature that you are bringing to the forefront because of your work eating.
Yes. You've done it well.
So tell us a little bit about how that came about,
Well, it's, our whole idea is having fun and a lifestyle and travel and drinking and golf and eating. And barbecue's a social event. It just brings people together. And we just feel like it's just a logical thing to do, and with the rest of what we're doing. And I like barbecue. So
me too.
Kind of plain and simple. I like barbecue, so I had to find a niche to fit in here somehow.
Well, it's basically it's watching the fillets cook the fillets. We got the side cut. Anyway, I really like the story that you tell people that you can have a bunch of strangers, but what do you bring to the crowd, and they all become friends as they go forward in the afternoon.
Yeah, you roll out the barbecue grill, and you instantly have a conversation. If you have a bunch of guys that never met each other, you roll in a barbecue grill and you've got a party. And you throw in a couple of beers or a little bit of spirits, and everybody's instantly friends. You've got a conversation. You throw some hot dogs and hamburgers on for the kids and watch their eyes light up when you hand them a hot dog straight off the grill. So, it's the American way. It's the way we relax. It's about holidays. And, our show's about spirits, so, nothing goes better with barbecue than some beer or spirits or even a bottle of wine for the ladies.
I was going to say, Rob, you're making me hungry right now.
That's the idea.
And not only that, Rob, as we understand it, is a very touching soul. He sent you a Valentine.
He did. He was the second person that told me Happy Valentine's Day.
I think that's so cute.
I was just being polite, being a gentleman.
Well, so some of the traditional tastings we found out last night in doing the in-depth research we were with Rob, we found out that in his neighborhood, his house is the center of activity for the summertime cooking festivals that end up on the street. So
yeah,
tell us a little bit about that, Uncle Rob.
Yes, I'm in a very urban neighborhood, and kind of the heart and soul of barbecue. And I roll out my grill and go to the local Kroger's and buy some cheap cuts of meat and try to turn them into something tasty that everybody will enjoy. And everybody gathers around the neighborhoods. The little kids play in the yard. The moms and dads, socialize, and we have a good time in the summer.
So do you? What's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, people think I do ribs. A pretty good job on ribs.
Yeah. What do you do to prepare to do ribs? How do you do that?
Oh my! I'd be giving away my secrets.
You're making me hungry.
Yeah.
Coming from Rob's neighborhood down in this Rob Ladd of BBQ It, our new focus is on how to eat nationally and do it the best. But I know that you have done a lot of things down there. You bring a lot of kids in, bring a lot of families in, and you feed a lot of families. And,
yes.
Sometimes that's sort of their main source of nutrient, and it's good to have good food. But ribs, what do? Do you boil them first or soak them in beer, slow cook them?
Well, actually, I start with a dry rub.
No.
And like a lot of people do, I add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce on there. And then I do something a lot of people don't is I put cabbage around them to cook them.
Really?
Yeah, and the cabbage adds a little flavor.
How do you keep cabbage on the grill?
Well, if you take the big wrapper leaves, big heavy wrapper leaves on the outside of the cabbage, you peel them off and put them on the grill first.
Right on the grill.
Right on the grill, and that
really?
protects the meat from the fire.
Really, I never heard that.
Yeah. So the heavy leaves, or you could use collard greens, because in my neighborhood you can buy collard greens at the store about any time, and you use collard greens for the same purpose. Well, you put your ribs on there, and then you take the rest of your head of cabbage, cut it up, and throw it over the top of the ribs, and it just holds in moisture, and the juices from the cabbage actually tenderize the ribs a little bit as it cooks. And when it's all done, you gather the cabbage, and off in another pan, you season it up a little bit, and put a little cheese on top of it, and melt that, and you got something that the folks in my neighborhood, come from near and far to eat is Rob's cabbage.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Have you ever had brisket, Miss Karen?
Oh.
Yes, I used to live in Nashville,
Yeah.
and I have family in Texas. So
what's the secret to cooking brisket? Very quickly, Rob, because I want to get into
low and slow.
Yeah. And it gets that little red.
Oh, the smoke ring, yes.
Yeah.
That's if you're cooking in a smoker. Cooking on a grill and cooking in a smoker, cooking in the oven, they're all different.
Yeah.
Different things. And I mean, everybody's got their own techniques, and a lot of people know way more about it than I do. I know I like the way it tastes.
I think everybody does. And again, eating meat that's fat.
Yes.
It tastes good to most human beings.
Absolutely.
What I want to do also, Rob has been the leader. Today we're, as a team, going to go to Distill America up in Madison, where from across the country, the Distillery Channel, which Rob is part of, along with Miss Kira. We have been waiting and for a long time to go to Distill America because they have distilleries bringing their taste buds and their samplings from all over the country. It's a sold-out event. The Wisconsin Distillers Guild is going to have their annual meeting, which we're going to be part of, and we're going to talk about things that happened last week. But what I want to talk about, Rob, is the different associations that you've talked with, not only in distilleries, but wineries and breweries that you've talked to across the country, and how that's gone and how they became the platform of the Distillery Channel.
Well, we've just done an outreach to the state associations, and we've tried to be in contact with the larger, more populated states first, and we will eventually get to all of them. And with the distillers, not every state has an association, so we're somewhat limited there. About all the states have brewers associations, and most of the states have winery associations. So we've just been reaching out to them and letting them share our platform of communication. We're inviting them to send us updates on the events that are going on or legislative issues such as what we had in Wisconsin here a couple of weeks ago with the distillers here. And just an outreach to be a platform to help communicate their cause.
Yeah. And Miss Kira has been a vital part of that last week when we had Brian Sanders. Yeah, what did you think of that, Miss Kira?
that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the responses back. I mean,
yeah. Did you share with Rob what you did after we did that show?
after we did that, I sent an email to every senator and House of Representatives, so the bill got squashed.
Yeah, here in the state.
Squashed.
Yeah, made national news. And again, the small craft industry is impacted by tax legislation that actually goes back to the Boston Tea Party. And then
Al Capone.
The founding business principles of Al Capone.
Who knew?
You're getting close to home here now.
Well, I know, but some of the things that he did to take a little bit of, put his hand in the till. The states decided that's a good business plan. I think we'll do the same thing. You know, so they made it legal. And so what we did is we sort of comedically talk about that, but we want to support that industry and across the country and to get the stories out. We're not a political action group. That we don't want to make that, but we do want to tell the stories, and we will do it on both sides. And basically, we want to encourage great tourism around the country. proper sipping and drinking. But through that sipping and drinking, we have another side to the company that's in the world of golf.
Yes.
And we merged those together in a little magazine called Miss Kira.
Links and libations.
We did.
Very good.
Tested 11.
Yes.
Let me see. Did I pass?
Yes.
And what that did is it basically because
right
of our
there.
big golf background, it is. And we'll just
Right
leave
there.
it there. Yeah, we'll hide it today. But we have that coming out in March, and we've combined the world of golfing, the world of sipping, the world of tipping, the world of barbecuing now.
Yes.
What better do we have, Miss
We
Karen?
have arts and music.
Oh, that's right.
We have
Who's doing that
travel.
show? Who's doing that arts and music
Our lovely advertiser at Studio Winery.
show?
And myself.
Yeah, and why is that?
Because Doug was like, hey, you guys don't have an art show or a music show. You should do something like that.
And Doug is the owner at the winery.
Studio Winery.
Yeah.
And so we came up with it.
And we meaning Doug and Kira.
Yeah. Not this guy right here.
No, I'm just a producer in the back. You'll be seeing less of me, not because I'm walking into the sunset. It's just that I'm not going to be in all the shows. But Kira and Doug down at the Studio Winery are going to put together, because Kira's had big background in national music and photography.
Yes. And Doug has a studio, and he was a musician, and his wife paints.
Yeah, and it's combined with his winery.
Yes.
So you can go in there and you can take art classes. You can go in and listen to music on the weekend.
Yep. You can
And-
paint whenever you want and drink some wine. I mean,
Yeah. And maybe we could barbecue outside.
stop it. You're making me hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
And then all the golfers after a round of golf and that show that you're going to have in May
Oh.
come in and have a little barbecue. And have
Did
a little
we
wine.
did we announce the new name? Should I announce it?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Yes. We have a new golf show called Happy Hour.
No. That
No?
one. No, not that one yet.
Not that one.
No, Happy Hour Golf Show. No, we're going to talk about that. We didn't say that. Okay,
No,
go ahead.
no,
No, we're going to
no,
talk
no.
about the name of possibly the name of the music show.
Oh, it's Notes on Art.
No, it's on art. Yeah, I
I
like
thought
that.
you were talking about the other. No.
Oh, okay.
I failed.
I know it. No, that's all right.
What am I going to do with my
No, we've been
life?
testing that idea. Go ahead. We're going to be testing that idea. We're going to leave in the background who it is. It's going to be the national figure is going to be coming on a new golf show. We've been working on it actually for years. And noted golfers from the different tours, both
Senior. The senior tour.
golfers particularly, because those guys have the classic swing and the classic ability to drink a lot and be on the
Who knew that I would learn so much about golf?
nobody. Absolutely nobody. Rob and I have been in it since the invention of the feathery.
Yeah.
You know, and did you know what Rob and I used to do?
Yeah, you told me.
And
You guys used to do synthetic
yeah.
golf courses.
Yeah, greens and golf courses. Rob would, one of the best artists in the world in putting in backyard greens. Absolutely. No question about it. He's done it from Alaska all the way down to Aruba.
Yes.
And he loved that Aruba trip. You should talk to him about that.
Yeah, we were planning on maybe doing something.
I don't think putting in synthetic golf greens.
Not
though.
that, not that.
No. What was the most favorite place you had?
Oh, gosh, there were so many. I mean, Aruba was definitely the worst.
You were working in, I think, Bam Bam Land down there, weren't you?
Oh, my. It was horrible. I actually really enjoyed Alaska. I was in Anchorage for about a month on that project. I really
Was it
enjoyed
summer?
it.
Or
No, it was into the fall, and the nice days were 45 and drizzling rain. But I really enjoyed the people and the scenery, and yeah, it was very nice. It was a cool place. They tried to get me to stay, but I said no. No winners for Rob.
I think that's only because he owed him money.
Well, there's that.
No.
And there was the one girl that, was making accusations, but we won't talk about that.
Well,
either.
I don't know. At least you have a tax deduction now. If you want to. But Rob and I were the weekend of a famous golfer's meltdown, having a pitching wedge go through his back window. Rob and I were on the
Yes.
road going to Florida.
I remember you guys.
Yeah,
you
and
told
we're not
me
going
that.
to leave that name out of the mix,
Yes.
but we had some great fun driving to Florida to do our last project together in Fort Lauderdale. So that
Fort
was,
Lauderdale is beautiful, though.
yeah.
And I got the pleasure to meet a lot of golf pros. I got a chance to visit one-on-one with Arnold Palmer for about 15 minutes one day at Bay Hill, which was extremely enjoyable. I did a practice facility for John Daly down in Arkansas. That was a lot of fun. His family was great, and I really enjoyed that. Enjoyed sitting in John's $1 million motorhome sipping on a brew or two a few nights and trading some glory stories.
You know what's going to be interesting about that? Mention that he's going to be one of our first people on one of our first shows.
Great.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I want you to have him on that because Rob's going to be cooking in the background as the sun goes down, overlooking the ocean.
Well, John cooks a bit too. He'll grill a steak or two.
I've never seen a beer.
You guys
cook.
are still making me hungry. It's not
Anyway,
fair.
this brings us to the end of the first inaugural BBQ It with Rob Ladd, Kara Peterson on the Live Eco Style Network,
With Randy Weckerly.
coming to you from the 48th floor.
47th floor.
The top 3 floors overlooking Geneva National. Looking for warm weather to come. And you're going to have a great day today at Distillery. Thank you, Rob, for coming in.
Thank you,
You're
Rob.
welcome.
Yeah.
Appreciate the opportunity.
Go back on the road and call in
Yes.
occasionally. We know where you're at.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. No, that's it. We're out of here.
On the road again.